Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. This is Sassy Love Tarot. In today's reading, we're asking for some direct, unfiltered guidance and messages about the connection that you have in mind. So this can be a 3D connection or a 5D connection. It could be with someone that you know personally or someone that you just know of. Whatever this connection is, just the one that you had in mind when you clicked on this reading. You can pretty much ask about any forms of connection. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It can be platonic. It can be a familial connection. Whatever it is, I'm just gonna keep this very, very open and just channel through your spirit guides to see what they have to say about this connection. So the way this reading is going to work is that once you have chosen your group or your groups, I'm going to dive right in with tarot cards to see what your spirit guides have to say. And again, I will keep this very open and just allow the messages from spirit to flow through into the readings. And then by the end of the readings, I will also be shuffling the Angel Answers Oracle deck. So for that part of the reading, maybe you'll have some specific questions that you want to ask your spirit guides about the connection that you have in mind. Then you can just keep those questions in mind when I shuffle on camera, and whatever cards come out, they'll be the answers to your questions. So if all of that sounded good to you, let's get right into your options. Option number 1 here corresponds to the Discipline card. I can accomplish what I set my mind to with this piece of blue apatite. Option number 2 here corresponds to the Regret card with I know that I cannot change the past, along with this piece of yellow aventurine. Option number 3 here corresponds to the Grief card with I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it, along with this piece of red jasper. And option number 4 here corresponds to the Acceptance card with I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change, along with this piece of amethyst. Now, as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. And if you do feel drawn to multiple groups, it is possible that you might have different messages waiting for you across different groups. So feel free to follow your intuition. It always leads you to the right place. You can also ask about different connections and choose different groups to correspond to the connections that you are asking about. And this is a timeless pickup card, which means whenever you click on this reading, it is meant for you at that specific moment of time. With all that being said, let's get right into your readings. Hey loves, if you have chosen this Discipline card with I can accomplish what I set my mind to, along with this piece of blue apatite, then this is going to be the reading about the connection that you have in mind. Welcome. Now, as I mentioned in the intro, we are just going to dive right in with tarot deck to see what your spirit guides have to say about this connection that you have in mind. So, what does my group number 1 need to know about this connection that they have in mind with this other individual? Please channeling through my dear group number 1 spirit guides, please come through to give us clarity. What does my group number 1 need to know about this connection that they are asking about? For my dear group number 1s who have chosen, okay, we have the 7 of Pentacles coming out in the upright position. Let's get more cards. So for my dear group number, we got another 7. We have the 7 of Wands. Interesting. I definitely see that this connection, there might have been some challenges before, or you might be facing some challenges in this connection right now, because the number 7 always reminds me of someone overcoming some sort of obstacles. Now let's see what else here. Please, my dear group number 1, spirit guides, please come through to give us some clarity regarding this connection that my dear group number 1 is asking about. Let's see. Oh, we have the world. I'm hearing worlds apart. Perhaps you are physically at a distance from this person. We also have the Queen of Cups. I think we have space for one more. Let's get one more card, please. My dear group number 1's spirit guides, please come through to give us some clarity regarding this connection that my dear group number 1's asking about. And we have the 2 of Cups. Okay, beautiful. Let's clarify. So can we please clarify the 7 of Pentacles here, my dear group number 1 spirit guides? Can we please get clarifiers? All right. We have the Knight of Wands, some passionate energy coming through. I'm also hearing impatience. How about the 7 of Wands? We have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, we got quite a bit of fire and earth here. How about the World card? Can we please get a clarifier for the World, please, Spirit? My dear group number 1 spirit guides. Do you want to be okay or reverse? Okay, we got the reversed 2 of Swords. How about the Queen of Cups, please? The Queen of Cups. Clarifying the Queen of Cups. Ooh, wow. All right, we actually got 2 cards and I'm gonna take both of them. We have the 5 of Wands and the Ace of Wands. And last but not least, we're clarifying the 2 of Cups. Can we please get a clarifier for the 2 of Cups? Oops. And here we have the 5 of Cups. Okay, very interesting. And I want to take the back of the deck, which is the Ace of Swords. Beautiful. All right. So for my dear group number 1s here, I definitely see that for a lot of you, you might have been experiencing some sort of challenge within this connection. And I don't really want to speculate what the nature of this connection is, because I really do see different possibilities coming out here. With the 2 of Cups here, it is possible that for some of you, this is of a romantic nature, but again, it doesn't necessarily have to be. I definitely feel like there is a sense of you putting in effort to foster this connection. Oh, you know what? For some reason, the moment that word foster came out of my mouth, it all of a sudden reminded me of like foster parents. And then I saw the word discipline and I thought, oh, maybe this is like a parent-child sort of connection, where you have to discipline the kid, or maybe you're the kid. So like one person has to create structure for the connection. One person has to discipline the other person. And that is quite interesting, because I do feel like there's almost a sense of wanting to see the other party in this connection succeed in something. Was this, I can accomplish what I set my mind to. I feel like on the one hand, this might be describing your energy within this connection, but on the other hand, this could also be saying that if this is a familial connection where one person is from an older generation, the other person is from a younger generation. I do think that older individual really wants to see the younger individual be successful in their life, in their endeavors. There is that sense of someone taking care of another person, or like trying to protect them, almost like trying to nurture them, with this Seven of Pentacles energy being here. And it almost feels like this Knight of Wands here, though, it's like this might be the person who's on the receiving end of that care, of that nurturing. However, I also feel like this person might not necessarily see whether this is you or the other person. I feel like one individual of this connection might not necessarily see the nurturing that they're receiving, or they might even feel like they're being restricted a little bit by what the other person is trying to give them. And this, again, can exist in any type of relationships or connections. But an example that I can think of is like, that's very typical, is like a parent with their kids. So it's like the parent really wants to see the kid become successful, and they really want to make sure the kids gets the best out of their lives. However, the kid sometimes, for one reason or another, might get really fed up by all the disciplines, by all the nagging, or like all the just basically they might not necessarily understand what their parents are trying to do for them, and they might be I don't want to say ungrateful, but at least they might not be fully understanding the depth of, they might not fully appreciate, I think that's the right word, they might not fully appreciate the depth of this other individual's affection for them. And they might not fully appreciate the work that this other individual might have had to go through in order for them to provide for this kid. And obviously, this doesn't have to be a familial connection. The same dynamic can exist in a romantic connection or a friendship as well, where one person is like, one person has really done a lot, and they've been like patiently waiting for this other individual to flourish and to bloom into their best selves. Whereas the other individual might just be like, oh, but I don't really like this discipline thing. Like, I really just want to do whatever I want. I just want to pursue my passion. Like, I don't want to think that much. And that's kind of the, a little bit more like spontaneous energy that I'm getting from this Knight of Wands here. And with the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, I do feel like this is kind of emphasizing on what you might be going through. It's like you might feel a little bit isolated in this connection for one reason or another. And there is a sense of your hard work not being appreciated, like you not necessarily being on the same page with this other individual. And again, this can go either way. So it could be that you are the person that's receiving, and yet you feel like the other person doesn't really see you for who you are, and they're not really giving you what you actually need. And you end up having to fight on your own, and your hard work and your effort that you're putting into this connection is not being acknowledged by the other individual. Or it could be the other way around, where you feel like you are putting a lot of effort into taking care of the other individual, and to the point where you need to juggle multiple things, you need to shoulder multiple responsibilities, and you're really feeling overwhelmed. And yet, the other person, the other individual is not really appreciating what you're doing for them, and they're not really coming forward to help you out. And you might be feeling quite disappointed by what's going on in this connection. So again, I do see a lot of different possibilities. Maybe for those of you who are watching this group, there's really like a wild mix of different types of connections. I can't really pinpoint a super strong energy pointing towards one specific type of connection. But the dynamic I'm getting here is that the two individuals in this connection are definitely not on the same page about where they want this connection to go, or what they're putting into this connection, which is a rough situation for anyone to be in, to be honest. But I also feel like with the Seven of Wands here, there is a sense of stubbornness. And even with this card that you were drawn to when you were selecting your group, we have I can accomplish what I set my mind to. I do think that either you or maybe both of you are quite set on continuing this connection, on making sure this connection flourish. And yet, what your spirit guides have come through to shed light on here is this situation where it seems like you're both trying to run, but you're running towards different directions. So this reminds me of the Chariot card. So if you're familiar with the Rider-Waite Tarot, you might have seen the imagery of a chariot card where a chariot is being pulled forward by two creatures, one black and one white. And they represent the balance of yin and yang, of those two energies. And it is crucial that these two creatures are facing the same direction. They're pulling the chariot towards the same direction so that the chariot can move forward. However, I feel like maybe in the most recent path, or even right now, like you two are not running towards the same direction. That's why this chariot is not going anywhere. And with the World card here, along with the Two of Swords coming out in the reverse, I do see that, again, maybe for a lot of you, you are at a physical distance from this other individual. I would say that for the vast majority of you, my dear group number ones, you know this other individual personally, because I did say in the intro that you can ask about a connection where you're not necessarily connected with this person in the 3D, but you might be connected with them in the 5D. But I do feel like this is a connection that is grounded and existing in the 3D. And I feel like the World card here can represent physical distance between the two of you. And perhaps that physical distance has created a stalemate between the two of you as well. Perhaps that distance created more difficulty for you and this person to connect with each other, to communicate with each other. Maybe there's even time difference. And that's making things even more complicated. I also can see that if you're not physically super far apart, then I sense that there's like an emotional separation that exists between the two of you. It seems like each of you, you and this individual, you're both going through your individual journeys. You're both going through cycles in your own lives. And because of that, it is a little bit difficult for you to place your priority on sorting out this connection. Maybe there are other things going on. Maybe there's like, say, a really important career transition that you or this person is going through. Maybe there's like financial obligations that you or this person needs to fulfill and you need to work hard for that. It's like there are other aspects of your life where you need to focus more on. There are other cycles that you need to complete, lessons that you need to learn. And that created a stalemate in this connection where, again, there's that stuck energy, there's that blockage where it almost feels like you're not going anywhere with this connection. So I do see that the energies here, we're starting off with a relatively more challenging energy, to be honest. And I also wanted to mention with the Knight of Wands here, one of you could be a fire sign, or could have significant fire placements. It's also possible that you might be a combo, like an earth fire combo. I do see a lot of like earth fire combo connections in real life as well. It just seems like fire signs and earth signs are like mutually attractive to each other, like, because I do feel like these two types of energies can be quite compatible. There's that passion in fire and there's that groundedness in earth. And when those energies are working together, you can have like a really warm, a really grounded connection between the two of you. However, what I am seeing here is that like you are definitely experiencing some of the more challenging aspects of these two different elements here. And then with the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Cups reminds me of someone who's very compassionate, who's very in tune with their own emotions, who's very good at seeing things from the other person's perspective. But most importantly, they're also someone who's really aware of their own capacity and their own limit, which is very important in any form of connections. And I feel like this is really your spirit guides coming through to give you a warning, or, well, I guess that sounds a little bit ominous, but maybe just a suggestion that you should really sort out your priority here, because ultimately, when we want to work on a connection, because I do feel like the energy within the spread here is pointing towards you wanting to work things out. And perhaps you are here watching this reading to seek out some guidance. And if that's the case, I feel like the guidance here for you is that you need to make sure that your cup is full before you can pour for another person. Like, you can't pour from an empty cup. And what I love about the traditional Rider-Waite imagery of the Queen of Cups is that, see, this cup that she's holding has a lid on top. So it's like she's very aware of how to protect her own energies. She's very aware of how to make sure that she set up proper boundaries, even though she's a very compassionate being. But I do think that here you are being called by your spirit guides to embody this energy of the Queen of Cups, where you make sure your cup is full before you can pour from your cup, before you focus your energies on working things out with this other individual. We also have the Five of Wands along with the Ace of Wands. These two cards came out together And also the fact that we have two fives here. Like you got two sevens here and then two fives here, and they're both like next to each other, which I feel is quite significant as well. So like if the number 7 for me, I was talking about how I see the number 7 as someone overcoming certain obstacles. I see number 5s as the harbingers of change. So I do feel like you are experiencing, or you will be experiencing, a change in energy within this connection. But as this change is coming, or as it is going on, I feel like you are called to make sure that you make decisions based on your own capacity. Do not try to take on too much. Don't overpromise. I feel like you might be an individual who sometimes can overstretch yourselves, trying to please other people, or just kind of like trying to be tough and trying to be strong for others, and essentially ignoring your own needs. With the Five of Wands here, sometimes this card reminds me of someone experiencing internal conflicts. This is a card about competition, but here I feel like all of these people fighting against each other, I feel like they might not necessarily be an external energy. This could very much be an internal energy within you, because you have different priorities fighting against each other, and you only have 24 hours a day. You have very limited energy and time to sort out these priorities. And again, with the Queen of Cups here, it's really important for you to take care of yourself first before you take on something else, before you take on another person's emotional burden. That is very, very important. Before you connect with another individual, make sure that you are connected with your inner self, with your higher self, making sure you are staying grounded within your own energetic field. That is very important. And that's what is going to bring you to this new beginning with the Ace of Wands here. So I do see that you are going to have a moment where you're going to be receiving inspirations. You might be taking some sort of an inspired action, and that's going to change how this connection moves forward, how the communication between the two of you moves forward. I do see that there is a possibility for you and this person to work things through, to arrive at a place where you can be in harmony with each other, to be at a place where you can mutually agree upon a course of action to be taken in the future, where you can really mutually put in efforts into this connection to make sure it goes smoothly from now on. And whatever disappointment that happened in the past, I see that you and this person will be expressing those feelings with each other, and you will be able to gain an understanding by doing that, by sharing with each other how you're feeling about the situation. Overall, we have the Ace of Swords coming out in reverse as the back of the deck energy. So maybe for some of you, this is a miscommunication situation, or maybe for others of you, this is a situation where the communication didn't even exist. Maybe the communication was missing from the beginning. And I do see that in order for you to shift this energy, you need to be a little bit flexible with your approach. And you need to make sure that you are coming from a place of love, because the Queen of Cups is also a very, very loving energy. This is a very loving, very caring being as well. So yeah, I believe those are all the messages that I am seeing here from your spread. And I just want to go back to the discipline card once again. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. I do feel like this card is pointing towards a possible resolution of the situation here in this connection. However, I also see that in order for you to overcome all of these obstacles and challenges and blockages, you need to make some changes. You need to change the way you approach your own emotions. That is very important. And that's going to help you empathize with the other individual in this connection as well, my dear group number ones. And now I want to shuffle the Angel Answers Oracle deck. And if you have any specific questions about this connection, about this individual, please just keep those questions in your mind as I shuffle. Let's see, my dear group number one, spirit guides, can we please get some answers about this connection, about this person? And here we have 2 cards. Okay, so we have a year from now. If you asked a timing question, this could be your answer. We have look for a sign. I do think your spirit guides might be communicating with you and trying to send you messages through signs. So look out for signs, and those might be representing your spirit guides' messages for you. And then we also have be assertive, and within the next few weeks, these two came out together as well. So I want to say that maybe there's going to be an opportunity for you to communicate with this other person within the next few weeks, and your spirit guides are definitely encouraging you to be very assertive when you communicate with this other individual, making sure that you are setting up boundaries, making sure you are taking care of your own needs before you accommodate the other person. So I believe those are all the messages that I am seeing here for you today, my dear group number ones. Thank you so much for being here, for watching the video, for listening to the reading, and most importantly, for sharing your energies with me. It's an absolute honor for me having been able to channel all of these messages for you, and I do hope that the reading turned out to be helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. If it did resonate for you, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up so that other people can see this reading as well. Also, don't forget to click on the subscribe button along with the little notification bell so that you will get notified every time in the future when I upload a reading. I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Also, if you do feel comfortable sharing your thoughts, please don't forget to leave a comment down below. I would love to see how the reading resonated for you. If you have any suggestions for what kind of readings you would love to see more of on this channel, please leave your suggestions down below in the comment section as well. For those of you who have Instagram, I am trying to post more regularly on Instagram. Please feel free to connect with me there. I left my Instagram information down below in the description box. And also, for those of you who are interested in booking a personal reading, I've started to offer personal readings online remotely. If you're interested, you can either email me. I left my email down below as well, or you can just DM me on Instagram, and I look forward to connecting with you. Now, as always, thank you so much. I am sending you a lot of love, a lot of well wishes. I wish you all the best, the most fantastic life journey, and I hope to see you again very soon in the next reading. Bye-bye! Hey loves, if you have chosen this regret card with I know that I cannot change the past, along with this piece of yellow aventurine, then this is going to be a reading for you on the connection on your mind. So we're just going to be diving in with tarot card directly to channel through your spirit guides and see what you need to know about this connection that you have in mind. So let's get right into it. For my dear group number 2s, my dear group number 2 spirit guides, can you please come through to provide us with some clarity on this connection that my dear group number 2 is asking about? All right, we've got our first card was the Page of Wands. Maybe for some of you, a kid or children could be involved because this is a card that I personally associate with kids or children, but not necessarily. Let's get more cards. So Spirit, can we please get some clarity? What does my dear group number 2 need to know about this connection, please, Spirit? What do they need to know about this connection for my dear group number 2s? All right. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, well, the Queen of Pentacles does remind me of motherly figures or mothers. There's definitely kind of a maternal energy coming from this card. So if you are asking about a familial connection, then this would be a confirmation for you. Let's get some more cards. So my dear group number 2 spirit guides, can you please come through to give us some clarity regarding this connection that my dear group number 2 is asking about, please, Spirit? All right. We have the 4 of Cups. Let's get some more cards. What do my dear group number 2s need to know about this connection? Let's see. So we've got the Ace of Cups and we've got the Knight of Swords. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Now I'm going to clarify. Clarifying the Page of Wands, please, Spirit. Wow, we've got the King of Wands. Very interesting energy here. How about the Queen of Pentacles? Can we please get the clarifier for the Queen of Pentacles, please, Spirit? All right, we've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. Look at this cluster of court cards. I feel like, there are multiple people involved here for some reason. Okay. Let's get a clarifier for the 4 of Cups, please, Spirit. Oh, all right. So we've got the Lovers card. Okay, if you are watching this video when it's first uploaded, we are right in the middle of Gemini season. So perhaps this Gemini season holds some significant changes for some of you, my dear group number 2s. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups in reverse, please, Spirit. Can we get a clarifier for the Ace of Cups in reverse, please, Spirit? All right. We've got the Nine of Cups in reverse. I'm hearing someone's wish is being denied. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah. All right. How about this Nine of Swords, please, Spirit? Let's get a clarifier for the Nine of Swords. All right. We have the 5 of Pentacles. And on the back of the deck, we have the High Priestess coming out. All right, so let's dive in. My dear group number 2s, so at the very beginning when I was doing the intro, I talked about how you can ask about a 3D connection or a 5D connection. So it's not necessary for you to actually personally know this other individual for this reading to work for you. But from the energies that I am getting from your spread, I do feel like for the vast majority of you, my dear group number twos, you do know this person in this 3D. And I feel like there might be, um, I I would say that it is possible that you and this person has some form of a familial connection. And I would also say that I don't, I'm not getting a lot of like romantic vibes from this group. So, or at least there's not a lot of romantic vibes that are going on currently within this connection. So, if you are asking about a romantic connection, what I can think of is that maybe you're asking for someone who's in your romantic life, but in the past. Because currently, what I can see here um, is that the energies feel a little bit scattered, and I don't really see the situation being resolved anytime soon. Now, let's start off from the very beginning. Like, I want to read all of these court cards together because I do feel like this is a very interesting cluster. We've got a couple of different archetypes here, and they might represent your energy or this other individual's energy. Um, with the Page of Wands here being clarified by the King of Wands, I do feel like the Page of Wands can talk about a child, a younger person, or, but in this case, when it's being clarified by the King of Wands, I feel like this could talk about some form of an inner child. So it's like this person, in this case, they might have two very different personalities that they show to different people. And I feel like perhaps in front of you, they are, they can show up as someone who's a little bit immature, who's a little bit more useful, who might be a little bit naive in certain things and certain aspects in their lives. So what I'm feeling is that the Page of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, these two archetypes, they are representing you and this other individual. Obviously, the energies can be flip-flopped. So I just feel like these two energies, they describe the two individuals involved in this connection. And I see that one individual with the Page of Wands, clarified by the King of Wands here, this is someone who might, oh, you know what? Sorry. Another possibility we have here is that maybe when you first got to know this person, they appear to be someone who's a little bit more naive, who's a little bit immature, or maybe like both of you were younger, and maybe this person was younger. And yeah, this is like kind of giving say like high school sweetheart kind of vibe, almost like it's like there's a history. And I feel like the Page of Wands might be pointing to the history between the two of you. And when you were choosing your group, you were drawn to this regret card. I know that I cannot change the past. So I do feel like for a lot of you, this might be a person from the past, a person who's heavily involved in your past. And there is a progression from the Page of Wands to the King of Wands. There is a story of growth. And maybe this person when they re-enter your life or when you reconnect with them, they're now showing up as the King of Wands instead of the Page of Wands. It's like they've matured and they have accumulated more wealth. They have obtained higher social status. They worked their way up from a page to a king. Or this could be your energy as well. Like this could be you having experienced growth from a page to a king. But the story remains the same. It's like there's a past energy and there's a present energy. And I do feel like the Page of Wands talks about what was in the past. Like there was this sense of innocence. There was this sense of childlike joy. There was this sense of potential and hope. And with the Queen of Pentacles clarified by the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, this energy feels a lot more static. It's like with Pentacles, we are talking about Earth energy, which is the slowest flowing energy within tarot. And it is quite interesting that we have a combination of fire and earth here because we got the same combo in group number 1 as well. Like I was talking about how I've encountered a lot of this type of combo with fire and earth because these two elements seem to work really well together when they're both in their light aspects. And I do feel like perhaps when one individual appeared as the Page of Wands, the other individual was a lot more mature. The other individual was more nurturing. And the other individual was giving a lot more feminine essence or feminine qualities, where they were being the more nurturing party who's giving a lot of care and support. And maybe they were even providing financial support, because with the Queen of Pentacles, this reminds me of someone who is quite materially abundant, who's very open to sharing their wealth with people around them, who's very good at taking other people around them. And now with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it's like, I feel like there's the power dynamic in this connection might have shifted. And now this Queen of Pentacles seems to be working really hard on something, but almost a little bit aimless in their life. Almost like, again, there is that scattered energy where it feels like this person doesn't really know what they actually want in their life. Like they're kind of confused. And maybe this could be your energy, my dear group number 2s. Actually, I do feel like perhaps a lot of you would resonate with this energy. And with this Knight of Pentacles coming out in the reverse, I also find it quite interesting that with the Page of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, we have these two individuals kind of facing each other. And here we have the King of Wands facing this way, and we have the Knight of Pentacles being reversed facing the King of Wands, but the King of Wands is facing away. So it almost seems like this Pentacle person, they are more invested in pursuing this King of Wands person. Like this Earth person, they're more concerned with what's next with this fire person. And yet this fire person, they're looking out into the future and not necessarily realizing that this earth person still wants a future with them. It's like there is a complete shift in this fire person's energies. Like the page of wands is facing this way, and then now the king of wands is facing the other way. And here we have the queen of pentacles and the knight of pentacles essentially facing the same way. They're both facing this way. So I feel like the pentacles person or the earth person has been pretty consistent, but the fire person might have changed a lot, might have transformed as they take that step forward and really step into a position of power from the page to the king. So there is, again, that feeling of this connection being in an imbalanced state. And I also feel like it wouldn't surprise me if the two individuals are not necessarily in communication with each other, because I don't really see any swords here. Swords is air energy, and that usually indicates communication. And the only swords card here, we've got the Knight of Swords, but it is really an energy of beating yourself up, being super anxious, and being very worried about the future. So it's not really an energy that's opened up. And with the Four of Cups centering this spread, I do feel like, at least in this 3D, there's not a lot of communication between the two individuals. It's like definitely maybe both of you are contemplating your next steps, or maybe one of you is contemplating what to do next, whereas the other person's focus is entirely elsewhere. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this fire person is entirely focused on something else without looking back. Whereas the person who's represented by the Pentacles energy, they seem to be a little bit stuck in the past. They seem to be having a hard time letting go. And maybe they are having a lot of regrets as well. And now I want to talk a little bit more about the Four of Cups and the Lovers. So when I see the Lovers card clarifying the Four of Cups, I do think that between these two individuals, there is some form of a deeper connection. There is some form of a soul connection. And maybe there is a lot of like 5D communications going on. I also would not be surprised if you've been dreaming about this individual a lot. And I do think that they might be dreaming about you as well. It's just that when they wake up, they might not necessarily remember. A lot of the dreams that we have each night, we actually would not be able to remember when we wake up the next morning. And maybe this person's not even aware that there's 5D communication going on between the two of you. But I do think for a lot of you who are watching this pile, my dear group number twos, you might be a bit more spiritually developed than this other individual, and you might have a sense of this this 5D connection existing between the two of you, and you might feel like, oh, there's something between us. It is not, it hasn't ended yet. And you might spend quite a bit of time ruminating over what happened in the past between the two of you in the 3D, or you might have been really thinking about what happened in dreams, or what could have happened in the 5D, etc., in the spirit world. And again, there is that imbalance, which I am feeling quite acutely as I dive deeper into this energy. It's like, it feels very like one-sided in a way. where it's like, at least in the 3D, it does feel quite one-sided. And I feel like your spirit guides are coming through to tell you that this kind of one-sidedness, it's going to continue for a while. If you've been hoping for a significant improvement, or if you've been hoping that the other person would come back and reach out to you, I don't necessarily think that's currently in the cards. But with this Lovers card, I do think that in this Gemini season, or if you're watching this as at a later date, maybe the upcoming Gemini season would be a significant period of time for you to get some form of clarity or guidance regarding this connection. Like there's something that you're meant to learn, there's something that you're meant to know about this connection. And it might not come in the form of you reconnecting with this person, it might come in the form of someone else telling you about some truth about your connection or about this person. And that's going to give you a moment of epiphany. With the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups in reverse, I do feel like the emotions that exist within this connection, the love that exists within this connection, these things are definitely being blocked right now. There's a lot of blockage, like someone's not willing to open up their heart. And I really feel like someone is feeling quite hopeless. It's like they don't even dare to hope for a bright future. They don't even dare to hope for a peaceful resolution within this connection with the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups in reverse. And also perhaps for some of you, you've previously had a wish regarding this individual, regarding this connection, and your wish is not really manifesting. Your wish is not really coming true, and you've been feeling quite disappointed. And that is, I think part of the reason for that is because someone in this connection, their heart is just not open. This could be the other individual, the individual that you're asking about, or this could be your energy as well. Like there needs to be, like the emotions are just not flowing. The energies feel, again, quite stagnant. And this stagnant energy, I do feel like perhaps this could be coming from the Earth person. It's like perhaps something happened in the past to make this individual feel fearful about opening themselves up, or maybe they developed certain kinds of limiting beliefs, and that's what's stopping them. That's what's stopping this Ace of Cups from being in the upright position. When it's in reverse, I feel like just someone's stopping the flow of love, someone's stopping the flow of emotions. And with that flow being stopped, there's a stagnant situation going on here, and it's quite difficult for you and this person to shift out of this energy. With the Nine of Swords and the Five of Pentacles in reverse here, I really do feel like your spiritual guides, your spirit guides, they are coming through to tell you that things are not as bad as you might have thought. Because the Nine of Swords sometimes can talk about a person being so anxious to the point where they're creating all of these worst case scenarios within their head, where actually none of these scenarios are actually true. And with the Five of Pentacles in reverse here, I also sense that help is around you, support is around you. Like you are not alone. And I really do feel like some of you out there, my dear group number twos, you needed to hear this. You are not alone in this. You might have been really torturing yourselves with your thoughts, with your obsessive thinking, with your limiting beliefs. I'm also hearing that your mind is not your friend right now. So maybe you have been having difficulty shutting off your mind. Maybe you've been wallowing in self-pity and regret. And your spirit guides, they are coming through very, very lovingly here to tell you that they're always here for you. And when you look around yourselves, you might see that you do have help, you do have support available, you do have your loved ones around you, you do have a community. And maybe you were previously just so stuck within your own head to the point where you can't really see what physically exists around you. With the High Priestess card being here as the back of the deck energy and being the overarching energy of your entire reading, I really do feel like this is a call to action for a lot of you, my dear group number twos, to reconnect with your inner selves, to reconnect with your guides. The High Priestess, this is someone who doesn't chase because she knows exactly what is going to happen. She has really strong intuition. She's super, super connected with spirit, with the divine realm. And that means she's not going to be anxious over anything. She's not ruminating over things. She's not stuck in the past or the future. She's very present. And she has her own world going on. I'm really called to point out that there are pomegranates on this card, and pomegranates, they can signify fertility. It's like you have so much inner strength, you have a lot of inner resources, you are resourceful, but perhaps you're not really seeing that in the context of this particular connection because of what happened. And that is not helping you, my dear group number twos. And your spirit guides, again, they're coming through very, very lovingly to nudge you forward. They're coming through very lovingly to tell you that, hey, it is time for you to sit back and really to stay connected. I do think that for a lot of you, maybe meditation will bring you some answers. Like even the Four of Cups here, this can talk about meditation, going inwards, finding answers within yourselves as well. So that's what I'm seeing here with your tarot cards. And now I want to shuffle the Angel Answers Oracle deck. And as I shuffle, if you have any specific questions about this individual, about this connection, just hold those questions in your mind as I shuffle, and the cards that come out are going to be answers to your questions, my dear group number twos. So group number two, spirit guides, can you please come through to give us some answers to my dear group number two's questions? Please come through to provide us with clarity and guidance, my dear group number two, spirit guides. Okay. So we've got if you believe, along with there's something better. So you are definitely encouraged to believe in the power of the universe. You're definitely called to trust the flow of things. Sometimes we as human beings can feel compelled to control every single little thing that happens in our lives. But when you let go, when you surrender to the flow of the universe, when you trust, the universe knows the best. The universe has infinite wisdom and it knows so much more than each of us as individual human beings. And you're also being encouraged with this, there's something better. It's like, I do feel like for a lot of you, maybe this is saying to you that even though something might have gone wrong for this particular connection, there might be something better for you, waiting for you at the end of the tunnel, as long as you are willing to move forward. Let's see, what else here, Spirit? Okay, we have yes. And we also have not the right time. So if you asked a yes or no question, this is your answer. And again, I do feel like this is also an affirmation from your spirit guides telling you that you really need to trust your intuition. If your gut feeling tells you something, then you better trust that it is true. And was this not the right time? This could be the answer to a timing question. It's saying that it's not now, it might happen at a later date, but right now is not the right time. Or perhaps this could be telling you that whatever you're trying to do, this is not the right time for you to take action. I do feel like your spirit guides are saying that the best course of action for some of you out there is literally to withdraw into stillness, because the high priestess also has that energy of stillness, peacefulness, and quietness. She doesn't chase, she attracts. So maybe that is your spirit guide's advice for some of you out there, my dear group number 2s. And I feel like for some of you, maybe you need to work a little bit more on your lower chakras, especially your solar plexus. I feel like for some of you, there might be a blockage around your solar plexus chakra that's stopping you from feeling confidence, from feeling self-expressed. So I believe those are all the messages that I have for you today, my dear group number 2s. Again, thank you so much for being here, for watching the video, for listening to the reading, and most importantly, for sharing your energies with me. It's been an absolute honor for me having been able to channel through all of these messages for you. And I do hope that the reading turned out to be helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. If you did resonate with the reading, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up so that other people can see this reading as well. Also, please do not forget to hit subscribe as well as that little notification bell so that you'll get notified every time in the future when I upload a video. I usually upload on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And if you're comfortable sharing your thoughts, please don't forget to leave your comment down below. I would really love to see your comment and see how the reading resonated for you. If you have any specific reading topics that you would love to see more of, please leave your suggestions down below in the comment section as well. I have recently started to post more regularly on Instagram. So if you're also on Instagram, please don't be shy and just connect with me there. I left my Instagram information down below in the description. And for those of you who might be interested in booking a personal reading, I have started to offer personal readings online remotely. So if you're interested, you can either send me an email. I left my email down below in the description box as well, or you can just DM me on Instagram, and I look forward to connecting with those of you who are interested. Again, thank you. I am sending you a lot of love, a lot of well wishes. I wish you all the best in the most fantastic life journey. And I hope to see you again very, very soon in the next reading. Bye-bye. Hey loves, if you have chosen the grief card along with this piece of red jasper, then this is going to be the reading for you on your connection. So welcome. I am gonna dive right in with the tarot deck and just channel through your spirit guides to see what you need to know about this connection with the individual that you have in mind. Now let's see. So, my dear group number 3 spirit guides, please come through to provide us with some clarity regarding this connection that my group number 3s are asking about. What do my dear group number 3s need to know about this particular connection that they have in mind, please? Okay, let's see here. We've got the Queen of Cups to start off. What else, please, Spirit? My dear group number 3 spirit guides, please come through to give us some clarity regarding this connection that my dear group number 3s are asking about, please, Spirit. So we've got cards that are almost flipping over, but did not end up coming out, which is interesting. Someone seems to be holding back, maybe. Let's see. All right. Wow. We've got the Star. Okay, so healing, hopeful energies here. That's beautiful. Let's get some more. My dear group number 3 spirit guides, please come through to give us some clarity. All right, we've got the 5 of Cups in reverse, moving beyond the past hurts, moving beyond disappointments. Okay. All right, let's see what we've got here. We've got the King of Swords, and then we got another card. We've got the Knight of Wands in reverse. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to clarify all of these cards and then take the back of the deck energy. Now, can we please get a clarifier for the Queen of Cups? Spirit, clarifying the Queen of Cups, please, Spirit. Yeah, lots of cards kind of lifting and almost flipping over, but not coming out, which is very interesting. Okay, so we've got the 3 of Swords coming out along with the 6 of Cups in reverse. Interesting. How about the Star card, please, Spirit? Can we please clarify the Star here? What is this Star energy? All right. We've got the King of Wands. This card actually almost flipped over earlier when I was shuffling, and now it is coming out. So how about the 5 of Cups? Can we please clarify the 5 of Cups? All right. So we got the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is also a card that almost flipped over earlier, and now it's coming out. How about the King of Swords? Can we please get a clarifier for the King of Swords, please, Spirit? All right, we have the Judgment in reverse. And how about the Knight of Wands, please, Spirit? Can we please clarify the Knight of Wands in reverse here, please, Spirit? Oops. Wow, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. And on the back of the deck, we've got the King of Pentacles. Whoa, you got 3 out of the 4 kings in tarot. That is quite significant here, my dear group number 3s. And you are group number 3. Okay, so let's see what is going on here. All right, so with this Queen of Cups here, I'm feeling like maybe this is the person who's been holding back. It is interesting because Queen of Cups usually reminds me of someone who's very compassionate, who's very good at reading other people's emotions. But here, it kind of gives off a different vibe. When it came out in this reading, in your reading in particular, because it did come out for other groups, but I felt like the energies were different. For your group, my dear group number threes, I feel like this Queen of Cups is a little bit closed off. She's very concerned with her own inner worlds. And one thing I like to emphasize with the Queen of Cups is the fact that the cup that she's holding has a lid over it. So that means she has good boundaries with her emotions. And she understands that she needs to fill her own cup before she can pour for others. And for some reason in your reading, it almost feels like this Queen of Cups is now only concerned about her own cup. And that is for a very valid reason as well. Because we do have these two cards. We have the Three of Swords along with the Six of Cups coming out, which is in the reverse position. And these two cards makes me feel like there might have been something that seriously wounded this Queen of Cups that happened in the past. The Six of Cups in reverse is a past energy for me. And with this Three of Swords coming out in the upright, I feel like the wound has not really healed. At least it hasn't healed fully yet. And that is why this Queen of Cups might be a little bit reluctant to open up. And the fact that you were drawn to this card, grief, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Maybe this Queen of Cups is the one who lost something in the past. And with the Six of Cups in reverse here, I also feel called to mention that maybe there's something that happened during childhood when this person literally was a kid. Something might have happened that seriously traumatized or hurt this individual to the point where they're still holding on to that past hurt. They're still holding on to past grief. And I feel like within this connection, though, what you need to know, at least what your spirit guides have come through to show here, is that there was healing. I feel like this Star card is also talking about something that has already happened for a lot of you, my dear group number threes. And this Star energy might be coming from this other individual who was this King of Wands, who represented, who embodied this energy of the King of Wands, who's very inspiring, very passionate, not afraid of taking on a leadership role. And their energy, their enthusiasm might have helped this Queen of Cups person heal from their grief, heal from their past trauma. And I see that there's a really, really beautiful connection forming with this Star card. It's like a wish coming true kind of energy here. And that's very beautiful. However, I also see that there is a self-sabotaging pattern that is being shown in the spread. We have the Five of Cups in reverse following the star, and we have the Four of Pentacles clarifying this Five of Cups in reverse. And these two cards being the center of the reading, I just feel like someone is still holding on to something that's no longer serving them. And it might be despite someone's best effort to move beyond what happened, there's still elements that they're clinging on to that it's hard for them to let go of. Or maybe there's a fear of losing something again. Maybe they lost something that they consider precious previously, and now, even though that's already a past energy, even though logically they understand that this is something that happened in the past and it is over now, but their emotional state is still, parts of them are still scattered, parts of them are still stuck in those old energies where they're just holding on, like this individual on this card here, they're holding on super tightly. And what I see here is that with the King of Swords here, I see someone's trying to logic their way out of the situation. And I don't think that is working. Now, as I delve deeper into this energy, I feel like it's like with this King of Swords here, I'm really getting a sense of someone being closed off, someone playing their cards close to their chest, not revealing their emotions, not revealing how they're truly feeling about the situation. And here it is quite interesting because I do feel like this King of Swords might be the same person as this Queen of Cups. It's like there's an evolution of this Queen of Cups energy. Like previously, this was an individual who was hurt in the past, who had established certain boundaries, who had been trying to heal from the past, and they were healing. And yet maybe something again happened in this connection, something again triggered their past grief. I do feel like a lot of the events that I've been describing here, they would have already happened when you are watching this reading. For a lot of you, my dear group number threes, this is a very complicated situation, to be honest. I feel like so far out of the three groups that I have filmed, your group has like the most complicated storyline here. And from what I can see here, it's like this Queen of Cups person, and I do feel like maybe a lot of you are going to resonate with this Queen of Cups energy. It's like when our feminine energies, when our feminine qualities are hurt by external forces, the femininity tends to withdraw, and the masculine energies, the masculinity within us, it tends to overcompensate. And that's how we had this shift from the Queen of Cups to the King of Swords. It's like these are two opposite individuals. Maybe some of you, because of what happened, you felt like you no longer desire your feminine qualities. Maybe for some of you, you might even be judging your feminine qualities. Or maybe someone else, people around you might have judged you for your feminine qualities, for your compassion, for you being in tune with your emotions. Because unfortunately, as a society, sometimes we don't really treat people who have really rich emotions very kindly, in favor of logic, in favor of intelligence, in favor of putting up a facade in front of other people, in favor of appearing to be well collected in front of others. And what for? It's like it's just a facade. And yet a typical example is that if like you can't show emotions at work. If you show emotions, people would, especially if you are a feminine person, when you show certain emotions at work, you will be perceived as too emotional or immature or just not professional enough. And obviously, each person's situation would be different, but I feel like there's really something that's there that hardened your shell. And you feel like you have to take up this facade of being the King of Swords, of being someone who's very masculine, being someone who's only relying on their intelligence and logic, and staying away from expressing their emotions. And I'm not saying that being logical is wrong or is bad. I'm just feeling like this energy here gives me a sense of being on the extreme end of the spectrum. Because we do have this judgment in reverse. When the judgment card comes out in reverse, with this card clarifying the King of Swords, I feel like there's a lesson that you're not learning by embodying this King of Swords energy. Like there's a certain lesson from the past that you have not fully learned or fully integrated by embodying this energy, by choosing to be this King of Swords. And maybe it's a little bit unfair to say that you chose to be the King of Swords, because for a lot of you, I do feel like perhaps it's due to the situation, due to the circumstances you have to take on this particular persona so that things can be easier for you. But ultimately, I feel like it's not going to be serving you well in the long run. That is what I am getting here. And also, in the context of this connection, I feel like there is, again, a disconnect between you and this other individual that I feel like is represented by the King of Wands. There is it's almost like because someone has decided to shut off their emotional output and instead choose a more logical path, that created a blockage within this connection, that created a blockage to the healing that was going on. It's like someone's back paddling. Someone's holding on to past energies, and it's almost, well, it's not like, it's almost contradictory when someone's holding on to the past and yet they're not learning from it. They're just holding on, but they're not absorbing the lesson. And that's why this judgment card is coming out in a reverse. There's a blockage to the revival of the vitality of this individual, of this connection. And again, I would not be surprised if there's an emotional distance between you and this other individual who's in the connection with you, because I feel like there's really not a lot going on between these two individuals, and yet there's a lot going on within one individual. It's like there's a lot of like internal turmoil, internal processes. But when we're actually looking at the connection, your spirit guides are coming through to show this picture of disconnect. Like these two individuals, they are not really connected in their heart space, because maybe both or maybe at least one individual has like chosen to shut off that path. And now we also have the Knight of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in the upright. And again, that's like forsaking your passion and instead choosing a practical path. It's like maybe someone's giving up what they're passionate about. Someone's giving up what their hearts desire in favor of pursuing something that they think is going to bring them things that are more concrete. And here, again, we have that contrast of the fire energy and the earth energy. And I was talking about this for group 1 and 2 as well. This combination of fire and earth energies, when they're both in their light elements, these two elements can work really well together. But here I feel like the fire energy is being blocked. Someone is choosing to ignore the fire. Someone's choosing to turn away from that passion and instead choosing to focus on creating something that's a little bit more concrete, that's a little bit more reliable, that's a little bit more secure. I feel like security is something that this individual is really concerned about. And when we look at this reddish orangey color here, and also the red jasper crystal that you were drawn to, like these energies, these colors, they represent our lower chakras, our sacral, our root. And our lower chakras can signify that energy of being secure, being held, being supported, being grounded. And maybe one of the two individuals in this connection, they're really having a hard time finding that sense of security within themselves and within this connection. I feel like something that's typical within just literally any types of connection is that we always seek security, we always seek support, we always seek reciprocity in our connections with other individuals. And yet, a lot of times we don't realize that security is something that comes from within. If we're lacking that sense of security from within, we're not going to be able to replenish what we're missing from another individual, from the connection. And instead, our connections will show up in ways that trigger us even more to get into that pattern of feeling that lack of security. And this usually holds true for any types of connections. When you're seeking something from another person, sometimes you end up realizing that you can't really get that from this other individual. You can't really get that thing that you desire from an external source. You have to go within to to find within yourself what it is that you desire, what it is that you need. And that is what I am seeing here. I feel like there's a lot of work that you need to do in order for your connection to be healed. You yourself needs to be healing first. And I see that healing happening especially around your root chakra, around that sense of security and safety. Because we have the King of Pentacles being the back of the deck or the overarching energy of this reading. And the King of Pentacles does remind me of a fatherly figure. So I would not be surprised if you have had some sort of issue with the fatherly figures in your life, or maybe you've lost a fatherly figure and maybe you've never got the chance to resolve whatever happened between you and this person, and now that's showing up again in your current connection with this other individual. And with this King of Pentacles here, I do think that your spirit guides are coming through to tell you that you need to go back to the root cause of this pattern. You need to go back to where it all started. And you also need to embody the energy that gives yourself that sense of security, that gives yourself that sense of safety, in order for you to have better connections with other individuals, in order for your connections to reflect that fulfilling energy that's emanating from within. You're not going to be able to find what you're looking for from without. You need to go inward and find it from within. And that's what I'm seeing here for you, my dear group number 3s. Not gonna lie, this is one of the heavier energies that I have read so far. And I do feel like there are certain challenges and obstacles that you need to overcome, my dear group number 3s. It's like there's still healing work. There's inner work that you need to do. And I think your spirit guides recognize that this is difficult as well. And they're coming through to encourage you. They're coming through to support you. They're also coming through to show you the truth in a very loving way, but also very directly, because maybe for some of you, you really do need to see the truth. So that's what I'm seeing here within the tarot portion of your reading. And now I'm going to move on to shuffle the Angel Answers Oracle deck. And if you have any questions about this individual or any questions about this connection, please just have those questions at the forefront of your mind. Hold them in your mind as I shuffle, and the cards that come out are going to be the answers for you, my dear group number 3s. Now let's see. My dear group number 3 spirit guides, can you please come through to give us some clarity, some answers? Please, Spirit. Let's see what we have here. Oops. Okay. So we have remain positive. Yeah, I think this is your spirit guides coming through to encourage you to keep going, to remain positive. And also, if you asked about whether, if you asked about a result or the future, I do feel like this is a positive sign as well. We have meditation brings answers. Yeah, we were talking about you having some inner work that you need to do, having some healing that you need to work on. And definitely, I do think having a meditation practice or just doing some breath work, those things are really, really helpful in terms of helping you feel more grounded and more secure within your own capabilities of healing. And then we have a year from now. So I would say that if you ask a question about timing, then this would be the answer for you. And also, I'm because a year from now, this is like out of all the time frame cards in this deck, a year from now, I think it's like one of the longer ones. I also feel like your spirit guides are coming through to tell you to have patience because it is completely normal and completely okay for us to have plateaus, to hit certain obstacles when we are on our healing journeys. So please do not beat yourselves up if you are encountering one of those difficult periods while you are healing. And I feel like your spirit guides are saying that you need to have some more patience for yourselves. And things will move forward when the energies are ready. So I believe those are all the messages that I have for you today, my dear group number 3s. Thank you so much for being here, for watching the video, for listening to the reading, and most importantly, for sharing your energies with me. It has been an incredible honor having been able to channel all of these messages for you, my dear group number 3s. And I do hope that the reading turned out to be helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. If it did resonate for you, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up so that other people can see this reading as well. Please also don't forget to hit subscribe along with the little notification bell so that you'll get notified every time when I upload in the future. I usually upload videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. If you do feel comfortable sharing your thoughts, please leave a comment down below. I would love to see your comment and see how the reading resonated for you. If you have any specific reading topics that you would love to see more of, please leave your suggestions down below in the comment section as well. Also, I've started to upload a little bit more regularly and more frequently on Instagram. So if you're also on Instagram, please connect with me there. I left my Instagram information down below in the description box. And for those of you who might be interested in booking a personal reading, I've started to offer personal readings online remotely. So if you are interested, you can either email me. I left my email down below in the description box, or just DM me on Instagram, and I look forward to connecting with those of you who are interested. Thank you again. I am sending you a lot of love, a lot of well wishes. I wish you all the best and the most fantastic life journey. And I hope to see you again very, very soon in the next reading. Bye-bye. Hey loves, if you have chosen the acceptance card with I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change, along with this piece of amethyst, then this is going to be the reading for you on your connection. Now, I'm just going to dive right in with tarot to channel through your spirit guides and see what you need to know about this connection that you are asking about. So, my dear group number 4 spirit guides, please come through to provide us with some clarity regarding this connection that my dear group number 4s are asking. What do my dear group number 4s need to know about this connection? All right, lovely. We've got the Queen of Swords. I think all of the groups, or at least 3 out of the 4 groups, started out with court cards, I think. Let's see, what else here? Spirit, what do my dear group number 4s need to know about this connection, please, Spirit? What do my group number 4s need to know? All right. We've got the Emperor. We've got the 6 of Swords. Let's get some more here. What do my dear group number 4s need to know about this connection, please, Spirit? What do my dear group number 4s need to know about this connection, please, Spirit? All right. Oh, we've got the King of Wands. The King of Wands has been coming up for quite a few groups. Let's see what else here, please, Spirit. Let's get one more, and then I'm going to clarify. Oops. And we've got the 7 of Pentacles. Beautiful. All right, let's clarify the Queen of Swords. Now, please clarify the Queen of Swords. Clarifying the Queen of Swords. Oh, okay. We've got 2 cards, and I'm going to take both. We have the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Clarifying the Emperor, please, Spirit. Clarifying the Emperor. We have the Fool. Wow, okay. Some major energies. Let's clarify the 6 of Swords, please, Spirit. The 6 of Swords, please, Spirit. We have the Knight of Cups. Clarifying the King of Wands here, please, Spirit. We have the 6 of Wands and clarifying the 7 of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Ooh. We've got the Ace of Wands, and on the back of the deck, we have the King of Cups. Wow. Lovely. All right, let's dive right into your cards here, my dear group number 4s. So, first off, I do want to point out that we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, and they are counterparts. So if you are asking about a significant other, if you're asking about a soulmate, this is your confirmation. You don't have to be a fire sign or have significant fire placements for you to be resonating with this energy, even though the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, they are both very fiery. But I just love the fact that we've got a pair here. But you could be any sign, your person could be any sign, doesn't really matter. It's just that I feel like it talks about the essence of your souls, like the essence of your soul and the essence of this other person's soul really resonates, and it's like you're cut from the same cloth, that kind of energy, which I really, really love. I think that's very beautiful. So first off, we're starting off with 2 queens together. We have the Queen of Swords clarified by the Queen of Wands and this Ace of Swords here. So it seems like somebody has made a decision to do something. With the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands here, we have air and fire energy. And with air and fire, when these 2 elements are combined together, it's like, it can be quite explosive. It can be quite, what's the right word here? It's like, think about fire and wind, right? When wind blows, the fire burns more. So it's like these 2 elements are almost like they're helping each other out. And I love the fact that we have both queens here. So it seems like, and again, you don't have to be a feminine person to resonate with this energy, because when we have queens here, definitely what is being emphasized here is the feminine aspect of the energies. But for each and every one of us, we all have both masculine and feminine energies. And it just depends on the situation. Sometimes we might lean in more towards our feminine qualities utilizing more of our feminine energies, other times more of our masculine qualities or masculine energies. And here, there is a clear emphasis on feminine energies. And I want to say that it's kind of like we have someone who's very passionate, who's very enthusiastic about what they want, while at the same time can make a swift decision without letting emotions interfere with their intelligence or logic. And that's a very, very powerful thing. I do think that there is a very important decision being made. And with that decision comes structure, comes a new beginning. With the Emperor here, this is a very masculine energy. There's that energy of initiation because the Emperor is associated with Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac. And that's all about initiation. That's initiating us into a new astrological year. And with the Fool as well, the Fool is the first card of tarot. It's number 0. It has so much potential. And it's literally about this person embarking on a completely new journey, being carefree, being very bold, stepping into unknown territories. And that is a very daring energy here. So I feel like with this significant decision, something opens up, a path opens up within this connection. And I also see that maybe someone's making a commitment because the Emperor sometimes reminds me of commitment as well, which is very interesting. And the fact that we have both major arcanas here really, really emphasize the importance of this new beginning, of this new chapter. And I would not be surprised if this new chapter involves someone traveling. And I kind of see that maybe one individual is going to be traveling to the other. And that's how a union can happen. With the 6 of Swords. Or perhaps this is a decision to leave the past in the past. This is a decision to move on and travel to smoother waters. Perhaps something that happened previously wasn't so satisfying, wasn't so good, and now someone has decided to flip over that page and start off a new chapter altogether. And with that comes emotional satisfaction. With that comes emotional fulfillment. Someone's wish is being granted. With this Knight of Cups here, someone's really happy about this decision that they've made. Or someone's going to be very happy. I can't quite tell if this is something that has already happened or is about to happen. It could be a future energy as well. And I do feel like for a lot of you, there might be some form of relocation involved here. Like it could be, it could even be something that's like overseas. I just feel like this is like a significant new journey. Like with the Fool card here, it's like, it's a very powerful transition. It's a powerful new beginning. It's not just anything. It's like the thing. It's very significant. And it's going to have some long-term impact on your life, on this other individual's life. Well, this definitely does not have to be romantic. I do feel like there is a soul connection of some sort between these two individuals. It's like there are some fated elements within this connection. Maybe you feel really pulled towards this other individual. Maybe you feel like there's a thread between the two of you and you're just being pulled together somehow by energies that you cannot see, and yet you can feel it. And also the fact that we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. Wands can represent spiritual energy. Wands can represent spirituality as well. So I do think that for both of these individuals, I would not be surprised if both of them are very spiritual or at least open to exploring spirituality. Well, I mean, for you, if you're already watching a tarot reading, then I would assume that you're at least somewhat open to spiritual things. And with that, I think even the Six of Swords energy, it's like someone's made this decision, but this decision might feel almost a little bit fated or divinely guided as well. And it is also possible that this Emperor might represent like a third party. And this, when I talk about this third party, it's not like, if this is a romantic connection, I'm not talking about someone coming in between the two counterparts. It's more like a neutral third party. Like, for example, like this might be your boss at work who's given you that opportunity to relocate so that you can go and like move to where your person is. It's like that kind of a neutral third party. Like this Emperor can be some form of an authoritative, powerful figure who helped move the situation along so that things can be aligned, so that this Six of Swords can be executed. And then we have the King of Wands here along with the Six of Wands. I do feel like this King of Wands represents the other individual, the other counterpart within this connection. And they are someone who's very inspirational, who's very passionate, who's enthusiastic about what they're doing, who's not afraid of taking up a leadership position, and also a person who enjoys a little bit of flair, who enjoys a little bit of drama, who's like the life of the party, kind of. Like they're giving off like magician kind of energy where they can be a little bit showy, but not in an obnoxious sense. It's just that they are like quite extroverted and they like sharing a good time with other people. And with this Six of Wands here, it's like it's quite likely that this person has a lot of achievements, whether that's professional or personal. It's like they have certain achievements that that help them gain recognition from other people around them. And I also feel like this is a person who's, you know what? Maybe for some of you, like one of the individuals in this connection, they might be in the public eye somehow. With the Six of Swords here, like, because sometimes this card does remind me of publicity, because this is Jupiter in Leo. So it's like I'm hearing The Greatest Showman. maybe that film is significant for someone, for someone out there. It's interesting. Okay. But yeah, like I also feel like this individual is quite happy to make sure that other people around them know about this connection between the two of you. Because the Six of Wands is about going public about something, being seen by other people. And both the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, these are individuals who enjoy being seen by others. They're not afraid of stepping into their light. They're not afraid of shining their light. And that's why I was saying that the essence of these souls really resonates. They're really cut from the same cloth. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands. I do feel like there is a new chapter opening up within this connection, and maybe this is something that you've been working towards for a very long time. With the Seven of Pentacles, perhaps there are still things that you need to work through. Perhaps you still haven't really arrived at your final destination yet. You still have to work through certain things. You still have to dedicate a lot of effort into this process. But ultimately, I see that all of your efforts are going to lead up to a really beautiful new beginning with this Ace of Wands. And it's going to be a really passionate new beginning as well. Again, like, I do feel like maybe for the majority of you, this is a romantic connection. This is a connection between you and a significant other. And if that's the case, I do feel like overall, this is a very, very positive reading. Your spiritual team, your spirit guides, they've really come through to affirm to you that this new chapter is going to be full of excitement for a lot of you out there, my dear group number 4s. Like, this new chapter is going to be filled with inspiration, with fire, with spiritual growth, and with things that you're simply going to be enjoying. And that is absolutely amazing. I really, really love that energy. Let me grab a sip of water before I continue. Also, if you've been trying to manifest a certain result, a certain future within this connection, I do think whatever you are envisioning, whatever you're visualizing is coming. Like, you have planted the right seed, and now you're just waiting for the plant to grow and to bloom with the Seven of Pentacles here. You've made the right decision. Like, it's like essentially you've done everything right. And maybe now you're in a period of waiting. Maybe you just need to hear some confirmations, and perhaps that's why you're here. And your spirit guides, they're really coming through to give you some strong confirmations. Like, now that we look at this, we have two aces here. We have Ace of Swords and Ace of Wands. Again, air and fire energy. And these two elements, they're the faster moving elements within tarot as well, the fire and the air. So I do think that even though you might be waiting, the wait would not be super long. Perhaps you've been waiting for a while, and now I feel like the timing is almost there. Like, you're almost at that precipice of like taking that next step. And with the King of Cups being the back of the deck energy overarching your entire reading, I do see that this connection is going to be one that's filled with compassion, mutual respect. There is going to be a very good balance between the yin and the yang energies, the masculine and the feminine energies. Because when I look at the King of Cups, this is someone who's very good at managing their own emotions while being able to empathize with other people. They can take care of themselves and they can also take care of those around them. This is a leader who's very, very gentle and very loving as well. And that's a beautiful energy to have in any sort of connection. And also with the King of Cups here, I do feel like both individuals in this connection, you're both going to be in a very emotionally balanced state, meaning that even though there might be challenges ahead, even though there might be changes or unexpected things happening, you'll still be able to have each other's back. You'll still be able to remain level-headed. You'll still be able to empathize with each other and making sure that you are being there for the other individual and knowing that you're not fighting alone. You're fighting together. You're working together as a team. You're collaborating. There's that reciprocity, which is very important in any form of connection. Again, very, very beautiful. I also wanted to talk about the fact that you were drawn to the acceptance card with I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. I feel like for a lot of you, this might be talking about something that happened in the past. Maybe you've spent quite a bit of time working through this past energy, learning to accept the things that you cannot change, understanding that there are certain things in life that we simply have to accept and let go. Otherwise, we would be doing ourselves a disservice. And I do think that at this stage, both you and this other individual, you are both in a very accepting stage. And you're both in receiving mode, where you have the capacity to receive the blessings from the universe because of the energy of acceptance. When you accept the things that you cannot change, that's when things actually start to shift. That's when the old energies start to fall away. That's when new chapters, new doors, new opportunities open up for you. And I do feel like for a lot of you, you and this other individual, you're both at this point in your journey where you have learned how to accept. And that's going to help you as you move on to this new journey, as you move on to new learnings. And with the crystal amethyst here, for me, amethyst has always been a symbol of spirituality. So maybe you are meant to experience even more spiritual growth with this other individual. Maybe you're going to be inspiring each other to grow even more on your spiritual path. And that is very beautiful as well. I really, really love this energy from your group. It's very calming and very soothing. Okay, so those are all the messages that I've got from the tarot portion of your reading. And now I'm going to shuffle the Angel Answers Oracle deck. So if you have any questions about this individual or any questions about the connection, just keep those questions at the forefront of your mind. And the cards would be your answers. And here we have Don't Stop jumping out from the deck. So definitely encouragement from your spirit guides to keep going. You are on the right path. And we have a bunch that fall out together. We have trust. That's a beautiful energy as well. Trust the divine guidance, trust your own intuition, trust your own decision. And then we have remain positive coming out together with choose a new direction. So I feel like this new direction that you're going towards is very very good for you. Like this is meant for you. This new opportunity, this new thing that you're starting off with this other individual, and all you have to do is just to remain positive along the way, and everything else they'll just work themselves out. I do feel like your spirit guides are here to support you, and they're here to say that all you have to do is to trust, because you've already done a lot of hard work, and now maybe it's time for you to turn things over to spirit so that the universe can work its magic for you, my dear group number 4s. And I believe that those are all the messages that I have for you today, my dear group number 4s. Thank you so much for being here, for watching the video, for listening to the reading, and most importantly, for sharing your energies with me. It has been an absolute honor for me having been able to channel through all of these messages for you. And I really do hope that the reading turned out to be helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. If you did resonate with the reading, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up so that other people can see this reading as well. Please also don't forget to hit subscribe along with that little notification bell so that you'll get notified every time in the future when I upload a new video. I upload usually on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Also, if you are comfortable sharing your thoughts, please leave a comment down below. I would love to see your comment and see how the reading resonated for you. And if you have any specific reading topics that you would love to see more of on this channel, please leave your suggestions down below in a comment section as well. Recently, I have started to post more regularly on Instagram, and I've left my Instagram account down below in the description box. So if you're also on Instagram, please connect with me there. Also, for those of you who are interested in booking a personal reading, I've started to offer personal readings online remotely. So if you are interested, you can just email me. I left my email information down below in the description box as well, or you can just DM me on Instagram. And I look forward to connecting with those of you who are interested. And again, thank you so much. I'm sending you a lot of love, a lot of well wishes. I wish you all the best in the most fantastic life journey. And I hope to see you again very, very soon in the next reading. Bye-bye.